Shalom. All right. Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachah Kodash. All right. Giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, from I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect, of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. All right. So before I get into this video, all right, real quick, it's not even going to be very long. This is a video from the brother GMS Ariyah Khayal. And, I'm saying, you can subscribe and be edified, man. But, the closer and closer we get to the end, you can see why. All right, you can see why the Lord is about to destroy, the overwhelming majority of our people. You can see why. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, the Lord's going to destroy the majority. You see what I'm saying? And it's things like this that really brings that to mind. All right. So I want to declare fair use of the 1976 Copyright Act. All right. This is for educational purposes only. All right. I'm not making any money off of this, so bear with me.
Go. Let's go. Go. This is my pet nigga. This is my pet nigga. I own the slave, okay? It's my nigga. And for Chan world domination, okay? So, total slavery. Yeah. I own many niggas. That's what it is. Total nigga. Go. A blackface, now slavery.
Let's go.
Let's go. Go. Nope. This is my pet nigga. This is my pet nigga. I own the slave, okay? It's my nigga. And for Chan world domination, okay? So, total slavery. Yeah. I own many niggas. That's what it is. Total nigga. Go. A blackface, now slavery.
Let's go.
Let's go. Go. Nope. This is my pet nigga. Check this.
That's enough. All right. So let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 30. All right. Let's hit verse 8. Because, this is why everybody has a problem. This is why everybody has a problem with GMS. All right. And the men of the likewise doctrine. This is why they have a problem with us. Is because we tell the truth. All right. We tell you the truth. All of Israel is not going to be saved. All of Israel is not going to be protected. The majority of Israelites are going to be destroyed. We're not out here talking about community, talking about we need to build land here. We need to build businesses here and all that shit, man. No, we're getting out of here. We're preparing to get out. We're preparing to be saved from this place. You see what I'm saying? That is what salvation is. And it's only allotted to the children of Israel. And only the elect of the children of Israel will receive that blessing and that great privilege. Only the elect. The majority of the majority are going to be destroyed. That's why they despise us. That's why they can't stand the prophets, man, because we tell you that this ain't some big large gathering, you know what I'm saying, of 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 every single Israelite on the planet, you know what I'm saying, and we're all just lovey dovey and you know, we're all black or whatever, you know what I'm saying. This ain't no black movement, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, all that fluffy shit, all that fluffy stuff, you take that over to the other churches. You take that to to the Christian church, or you take that to IUIC, you take that to you know what I'm saying? You take that to Genesis, man. You can take that to Genesis now. You can take that to GOCC. All right, these jokers that's being paid to tell you, all right, give you this one world or this unified universalism, you know what I'm saying? This type of message. You go to them. You go to them. The Lord's not looking for all that. The Lord's looking for the small minority. The small minority. You see what I'm saying? He saved all of Israel at one time. He saved us all at once. And that was in Egypt, in the time of the Exodus. And what happened once we got out of Egypt? You see? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 30, Salakia. I'm going to try not to rant, you know what I'm saying? But this is, this type of stuff infuriates, you know what I'm saying? Just infuriates you. So this is Isaiah chapter 30. Let's start at verse 8. It reads, "Now go, write it before them in the table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever." All right? That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, "See not," and to the prophets, "Prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits." You know what I'm saying? And as the scriptures tell you, before the prophets were known as prophets, in the ancient world, we were known as seers. You see what I'm saying? Get you out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Yasha Allah to cease from before us. That's what these jakes love to tell us, man. All right, they say move on with that shit, man. They say move on with that, and we don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear that, man. We don't want to, you know. I'm living my best life. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's about to shut all of that down. He's about to shut it all off. Right? Verse 12, it says, "Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach, ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant." All right? We're not out here talking about, you know, all Israel, you know what I'm saying? All right, you got these niggas like Chief Ephraim talking about let's gather all black people, you know. And notice what happens to all these jokers who come with these wayward doctrines. Look at what happens to them. They always fall out. They all fall out. You see what I'm saying? They never stay consistent in this faith. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this here in Jeremiah. All right, I'm not gonna make this long at all, man. I just wanna hit the point. All right, because like the elder, the elder Ariala out of Dallas. All right, the lesson that he went into, you have to perfect your hatred, man. All right, you have to perfect your hatred. And what does that mean? You know, what did he mean by that? All right, you gotta perfect your hatred of evil, man. All right, perfect your hatred of evil. You have to hate evil, man. And this is wickedness. You see what I'm saying? This is atrocious. You see what I'm saying? And these will be the same so-called black women who will tell your ass, you know what I'm saying, that you're not tall enough, all right? That you don't have that you don't have a six-pack, excuse me, that you don't have a six-pack, or that you don't have six figures or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But they'll do the most All right, for the lowest Edomite, they will do the most for the lowest Edomite. You see what I'm saying? But they can't be submissive for you. You see what I'm saying? Someone who won't degrade them like this. But hey, man, it is what it is. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 14. It says, "Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?" All right? Why is he spoiled, man? You know, and as we are here in this valley of death, man, you know what I'm saying? The elect are waking up, man. The elect are waking up and have changed their ways, you know what I'm saying? Changed their dealings, their doings, you know what I'm saying? They call in the Lord's name, Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai. All right, they take heed to the prophets. Okay? They've changed their habits. And they let this world go, man. You see, that's what the Lord is looking for. He's not looking for all of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? To hell with all them niggas. Real talk, to hell with them. And that's all throughout the scriptures, man. To hell with their ass. This is Jeremiah 15 and verse 1. It says, "Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shalt we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, Thus saith Yahweh, such is all for death to death, and such is all for the sword to the sword, and such is all for the famine to the famine, and such is all for the captivity to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith Yahweh, the sword to slay." All right, the modern day sword is the gun, right? The sword to slay, and the dogs to tear. All right, the Lord is so cold, man. He can turn all those German shepherds. He can turn them all, or what is it? I think Great Danes. I forget, but he could turn all those dogs against her. The Lord is so cold with it. He could turn all those dogs against her, man. You see? You can read that also in the book of Sirach. As a matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Sirach, chapter 39. All right, Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. "There be spirits that are created for vengeance." So he can put spirits upon these dogs. Okay? He can put a spirit upon these dogs, a demon on these dogs, and they can rip her to shreds. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of their destruction, they pour out their wrath. They pour out their force. They pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hell and famine. Okay, so it's the spirit in all of these things, man. It's the spirit in fire. The Lord can put a spirit in the fire to have it rage. Fire and hail, all right, and famine and death. He has a spirit for all things. You see what I'm saying? All right? And famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts. All right? Dogs are one of those wild beasts. I don't care if it's domesticated. The Lord can put a spirit on that beast to come and rip your throat out. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. All right? They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. When need is. When the Lord needs them to do something, they will do it immediately. And when their time has come, they shall not transgress the Lord's word. They will do it immediately, without question, without hesitation. The Lord say, jump on those dogs to rip her apart. They will do so in less than 0.2 seconds. You see? Let's go back. Let's go back because when you perfect your hatred, all right, of evil, then you begin to understand why the Lord has to destroy these niggas, man. You understand why the Lord has to do away with these 2/3, man. These niggas, these spics, these wetback tontos, man. They got to go, bro, because they don't listen. You see what I'm saying? And they're wicked to the core, man. All right, Lord's not dealing with none of that. Let's go to Ezekiel. You know what I'm saying? You can't, and this truth is not for the faint-hearted. You see what I'm saying? This truth is not for the faint of heart. It's not. If you got a soft spot for these niggas, man, you got a soft spot being like, oh my people, I could never, no, not there, nah. If you got a spirit like that, bro, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna make it. If you got a spirit like that, you know what I'm saying? That's what you feel. That's the type of shit that you feel when you first come into the truth, man. But when you deal with Yasha Allah for an extended period of time, you know what I'm saying? You start to understand what the Lord is saying, man. The longer you deal with these 2/3 niggas, man, you start to see it. And you see it more and more every day. All right? Ezekiel 22, and let's start at verse 15. It says, "And I will scatter thee among the heathen, and disperse thee in countries, and will consume thy filthiness out of thee." All right, that's what we were sent to all these different nations for, starting here in America. You know what I'm saying? We were sentenced to all these different nations all around the world to be slaves, to be overwhelmed. Why? To teach us a lesson, man. To teach us a lesson. You see? For hundreds of years, we were sent here to be taught a lesson. And then what happens? Now you see this shit. So what does that mean? All right, that means, real quick, that means that the Lord is done punishing, man. The Lord is done punishing. There's no fixing this. This is Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Let's start at verse 4. It says, "Ah, sinful nation." Let's start at verse 3. Salakia. Isaiah 1 and 3. "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know. My people, Yasha Allah, doth not consider." You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, Hispanics, Seminole Indians, man, you don't consider these things. You don't consider these things, man. "Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Yasha Allah unto anger. They are gone away backwards. They're literally in a position where they're pretending to be captives, and they're pretending to be slaves. They're pretending to be animals. You see what I'm saying? The very things, all right, that Esau portrays them to be. Savages. You see what I'm saying? Unknowledgeable. Everything that is black. That's why they teach you to call yourselves black. Right? As a matter of fact, let me finish this off and I'll show you what they mean. All right? They have gone away backwards. Verse 5. "Why should ye be stricken anymore? Why should ye be stricken anymore? You will revoke more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint," man. You know what? This might just be a longer video than I thought. It is what it is. Let me show you something real quick. All right, bear with me. All right. So this was a still from the beloved elder Malcolm's page. All right, his video was "Ignorance is unacceptable this far in the game," and absolutely it is. Ignorance is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? It's truly unacceptable in this late stage of the game, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's jump into this thing, what's known as color psychology. All right? Color psychology, man. When you look into the color of black, all right, as an adjective, because that's what you Jakes use it as. You use it as an adjective. You see what I'm saying? All right, to describe yourselves. You say you're black, right? Well, what that means is you're the opposite of white. You're the opposite of everything that's you know that's attributed to white. So you're dirty. You know what I'm saying? You're messy. You're without light. You're dark. You're illegal. You're dim, smuggled, somber, disastrous. Disastrous. When you think of all these things that categorizes black, and then you look at the so-called black community, okay, then you start to see what it is that you're placing upon yourselves. You see what I'm saying? This is what you're calling yourselves, man. Okay, you're calling yourselves dirty. When you see these chicks out here, you know what I'm saying, twerking on the roof of cars, they twerk on they twerk on grave sites, they twerk on restaurant tables. You see what I'm saying? That's messy, that's dirty. You see what I'm saying? That's uncouth, that's immoral, that's unpleasant. You know what I'm saying? All right? You know what I'm saying? Just thinking on these different things, man. You know, and that's just one aspect. When you look at dudes walking around with their pants off their ass, you know what I'm saying? Just undignified, man. And now the women are behaving like that. You see? Messy, messy, dirty, illegal, dim, smuggled, somber, disastrous, dismal, obscure, sullen, bad-tempered, angry, horrible, grotesque. Grotesque. You know what I'm saying? When you see these chicks, man, all right, why are all the men talking about these women stink out here? Why is that happening? Why is that happening? You see? Or when a man goes and he sleeps with another man's woman. That's grotesque. You see? And it's a sign of malignity. You're malignant, unlucky, unhappy, depressed. You go down the hood, man. You see these jokers. You see these jokers. Tell me that depression doesn't sit on their faces. You see? Meanwhile, this is what they call themselves. These Edomites, they call themselves white. The opposite of dark. They call themselves fresh. Fresh as snow. Innocent. Unstained. Pure. Unblemished. Bright. All right? Anti-revolutionary. Auspicious. Reliable. Favorable. Honorable. Honest. Upright. Without bloodshed. Free from guilt. You see what I'm saying? And everything that's listed under these devils, you know it don't fit them. Considering their history, considering their current behavior, you know that that's not what fits the bill. You see what I'm saying? But that's the power of color psychology. They truly believe this, even when they're doing the exact opposite. All right? The exact opposite of everything that is white, that is pure. They're doing everything outside of that. But they don't see it that way because of color psychology. They believe it. They believe it as they continue to say that. You constantly believe that you are dark and dirty and messy and all these types of things. You know what I'm saying? Malignant, unhappy, depressed. This is what you think yourselves, man, as you call yourselves that. You see how that works? You see how that works? And then you act it out. Then you act it out. You see what I'm saying? You follow the people like Sexy Red, Sukiana, you know what I'm saying? Meg Thee Stallion, You see, Cardi B and all them. All right, Young Thug and all these types of niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all literally look up to Kendrick Lamar as someone who's leading you. You literally look up to that dude as if he can lead you somewhere. That nigga is just as wicked as the rest of them. He does this wickedness behind closed doors just like they all do. So let me go back to Isaiah. And I know this is going to piss somebody off, man. I know this is going to piss someone off. I hope it does. I hope it does, actually. And I hope you unsubscribe. I hope you unsubscribe, unfollow, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Click that button, get the fuck up out of here, man, because we ain't got time for none of that shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm not here for everybody. I'm here. The prophets are here for the elect's sake. The prophets are here to help seal the elect. Not no goofy ass niggas out here that's got long ass dreads and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? All right, who's emotional like a woman. They ain't got no time for that shit, man. This is Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Yasharallah into anger. They are gone away backwards. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revoke more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart fainteth. You see, we need the Lord to come back, man. We need the Lord to come back. This ain't gonna be fixed by building communities and building Black Wall Street 2.0. You see what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. All you got now is a bunch of YNs, you know what I'm saying, who can't even read. Let's go to Ezekiel. All right, Ezekiel chapter 22. And let's start at verse 17. Let me see. Now let's start at verse 15 again. It says, "And I will scatter thee among the heathen and disperse thee in the countries, and will consume thy filthiness out of thee. And thou shalt take thine inheritance in thyself in the sight of the heathen, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord." All right. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, "Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead. In the midst of the furnace, they are even the dross of silver." Okay? Therefore, and keep that in mind, silver and gold, man. All right, these two precious metals are accounted to the children of Israel, man. Okay, but the 2/3 of the children of Israel have become the dross of that silver. They become the dross. You see what I'm saying? The rust that's developed on that silver. You see? They have become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because ye are all become dross, behold, therefore I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem, as they gather silver and brass and iron. Remember, Jerusalem is a people first before it's a place. All right, so he's going to gather all the Israelites together, all right, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it and to melt it. So will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. You see? When the nukes start dropping, and the elect are being saved, the elect are being beamed up into those chariots, which the world calls UFOs, when that's happening, the rest of you 2/3, all right? The you 2/3 are going to be staying here, man, and you're going to melt. When those nukes drop, you're going to melt. You see? while the elect are being beamed out. Yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire all my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I, the Lord Yahweh, hath poured out my fury upon you. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is not looking for everybody to come back. He's not looking for all the Israelites to come back. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. It says, And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. 2 parts, 2/3 of the nation of Israel shall be cut off and die. But the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire. All right? That fire that's coming is what? That fire that's coming is Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble. We're gonna be going through that fire, man. The 1/3 and the 2/3. All of us are going to be going right into Jacob's trouble, which Jacob's trouble has already begun. We're going right into it. Right into this thing head first. You see what I'm saying? And if you ain't got the Lord on your side, you know what I'm saying? If you have not been counted worthy, Lord willing, I am. All right. If you have not been counted among the number, you see what I'm saying, of those that will be protected, hey man, it's your ass. It's your ass. And I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined. And he's going to refine his elect. He's going to refine us through famine. He's going to refine us through persecution. All right. He's going to refine us through what's the name? Salakia. He's going to refine us through pestilence. Another pestilence is coming. Keep that in mind. All right. Another pestilence is on the way. You see? All right. He's going to refine us through war. War is coming. War is coming, man. You see? It's going to be civil war. It's going to be world war. It's going to be class war. All types of shit, man. Race war. This is Jacob's trouble, man. And I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name. All right? They shall call on my name. And here we are at the most critical point. The most critical point in this fight. We're going into it. And you got jokers like Genesis who are now telling you that the Lashawan Kodash can't be correct. Okay? And if that goes, then that means that the name of the Heavenly Father and his beloved Son goes. You see what I'm saying? So they're taking away the names. They're taking away the names. This is why if you're among that camp, you know what I'm saying, if you're among IUIC, GOCC, if you're among, you know what I'm saying, these other camps that don't push the name of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, if they're coming with Jesus, with God, with Christ, if they're coming with fucking Ahaya, Yeshaya, Yahuwah, Yeshua, you see what I'm saying? Yohe, Wahe, you know what I'm saying? If they coming at you with that stuff, man, leave them alone. Leave them alone. You see what I'm saying? Leave them alone. Because the names of the Heavenly Father and his beloved Son are gravely important, man. Listen to the prophets. And it's up to you to discern who the prophets are. You see what I'm saying? It's up to you to discern that. And it's the Lord that's going to give you the eyesight to see that. You can't do it on your own. If the Lord doesn't want you to get it, you're not going to get it. It's just that simple. This is why we don't come looking for everybody. This is why we don't come trying to save the whole nation. No, man, that's not what we're doing. It's not what we're doing. It's not what our task is. You see? Back to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9, it says, And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, It is my people. And they shall say, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is my power. You see? The Lord is looking for the best. You see, he's looking for the best of the best. Okay, and that's going to be shown through faith. Okay, that's going to be shown through faith. Real quick, 2 more precepts and I'll close it out. All right, 2nd Esdras chapter 16. 2nd Esdras chapter 16. Let's start at verse 69. It says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot." This is Jacob's trouble we talking about here, man. When the troops start coming through, you see what I'm saying? When the martial law is established, you see what I'm saying? When people start busting through your doors and shit like that, man. That's what we talking about. Verse 70. "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." They're gonna come after the prophets and the believers, man. This is that fire of adversity that we talking about. You see? Let me see. To the spoil, fear the Lord. "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord," man. You know, that's why Yahushua said, "Fear none of these things that which thou shalt suffer." You know what I'm saying? For many shall be, for some, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that you be tried for 10 days. You know what I'm saying? All right? "Strive unto death, and you'll receive that crown of life." He goes on to say, all right, in the 3rd chapter of Revelations, "Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." And a lot of people are going to let go of the truth that they have. You see, that they've learned all these years. All right, even men who were teaching this are going to fall out, man. Pray that it's not you. Pray that you're not one of those believers that fall away, that give up. You see what I'm saying? That take that mark, that charagma. You see what I'm saying? 2nd Ezra 16, verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall it be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. You see? And they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O my beloved, the elect. Hear, O my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. You have to believe that. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. Walk into Jacob's trouble. Don't be afraid and don't doubt. You got to look at that movie, The Book of Eli, with Denzel Washington. Look at that movie, The Book of Eli. Remember that. You see what I'm saying? Be not afraid, neither doubt. All right? For the Most High is your God, and the God of them that keep his commandments and precepts, saith the Lord power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. You see? This is that gold that we're talking about, that silver and gold that's going to be tried, okay? Reading on in Slakin. Let's go to the book of Sirach, Sirach chapter 2. Okay, Sirach chapter 2 and verse 4. You know what? Let's start at verse 3. Sirach chapter 2, verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Acceptable men. The Lord is looking for acceptable men, women. You see what I'm saying? Those who will actually listen, take heed to the prophets. You see what I'm saying? And say and stand up for the Lord, man. Stand up for Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. All right, and and say no to that chip. Say no to this beast system. Say no to the image of the beast. You see what I'm saying? And refuse his mark. He's looking for for acceptable men. All right, acceptable men. Another word for that for acceptable. Another word to use for that is exceptional. Okay? Acceptable men, he's looking for exceptional men. Exceptional.
Exceptional.
Being an exception, uncommon. All right, uncommon. Well above average, extraordinary. Excuse me. Extraordinary. Deviating widely from a norm as a physical or mental ability. All right? Faith works on both of these. Faith works on both of these, the mental and the physical. You see? To have that faith, you have to have the mental capacity that's only given through the Holy Spirit, man. And the Holy Spirit is given to you by God, by the Heavenly Father, by Yahweh. All right? That's the only one that gives that. He gives faith. He gifts it. You see? All right, and then goes into the physical. All right? The physical. If you can believe this thing, then you'll walk in that direction. Again, you think about the Book of Eli with Denzel Washington. Okay? He kept going west. Everybody was like, "Where you going? Where you going?" "I'm going west. I'm going west." You see what I'm saying? All right. Why? Because a voice in your head because a voice in my head. Because a voice in my head told me plainly, go to this direction. All right. He led him to a place where there was a book. All right. And he took that book, and the voice told him to take that book down west. You see? And no one would harm him. So you got to think about it in that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord spoke to the prophets. Okay? The Lord spoke to the prophets, man. And the Lord's going to do that apparently in the times that's coming. You got to believe that, man. Right? So it says, deviating widely from a norm as a physical or mental ability. When you look at Noah had faith, and through faith he built an ark. It says that in the book of Hebrews, 11th chapter. Okay? It also says forming an exception or not ordinary, uncommon, rare, hence better than the average, superior. Okay? So the elect are superior from the rest. The one that's the large innumerable multitude headed by the 144,000, the men who will be prophets and teachers. You see what I'm saying? Who will be the new governing body of the world to come. You see? So that's pretty much it, man. I know I went a little far with that, but Lord willing, this was edifying to the Lord's elect. All right, this has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruchak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.